Alright, so I wanted to talk about this. On Thanksgiving night, there was a lot of chaos going around as a bunch of YouTube accounts kind of turned up, terminated for a short period of time. Now, a lot of people were quick to say that this was a glitch, but I am a little hesitant with Google in the first place. So I'm not under the impression that this is a glitch. Personally, I think this is somewhat of a test. Now, I would love for it to just be a glitch. I would love to believe it was just a glitch, and if it does turn out to be a glitch, I will happily be wrong. But I think it's odd that sort of magnetic personas on YouTube were taken off. It wasn't Sargon. A lot of people were saying Sargon was taken down, but Sargon's account was never terminated. I know Styx Hexenhammer was among them. iDubbbz was in that too. I believe someone else. Someone else that was like a prevalent YouTube commentator. It's not Mr. Repsion, yeah. But I'd have to say, perhaps this is just a test. Now, a lot of people were saying, well, why would they take down Miley Cyrus, Vivo, and Conan O'Brien? So in my conspiracy theorist head, I have devised that they had the intent to test to see what the response would have been if they took down these smaller channels, like, you know, in relation to Conan O'Brien and Miley Cyrus Vivo. So they, popped Styx Hexenhammer off. They popped iDubbbz off. iDubbbz probably up there with them, but they popped Mr. Repsion off as well. And I'd have to say that it was odd that the smaller content creators, which are more or less somewhat pundits and or just ranters on YouTube, more people noticed that way more quickly than someone like Conan O'Brien's YouTube channel or Miley Cyrus's Vivo account. I honestly think, with these past trends of subscriber count glitches, algorithms that make videos appear that they have less views, being unsubscribed from accounts that you wouldn't have never unsubscribed from, and not to mention that monetization is basically a pain in the ass now on YouTube. I guarantee by the time this goes up, I'm going to get the little yellow $sign instead of the green, which is whatever anyways. But it seems like they're gearing up for just full-on YouTube genocide, I guess. So if you do have if you don't have a VidMe, I'd get one now. If you do have a VidMe, I would be doing their little option, and I think I'm going to do this here on out for, I think it's you copy the YouTube link and you just paste it in there and they upload it to VidMe too. So that's another thing. But I do think they're gearing to take off content creators. Because I guess, and I'd hate to play devil's advocate, but you kind of have to look at it from their shoes too. A lot of these people have made videos and taken them down. Well, not a lot of them. I know Styx made questionable videos in the past. Well, questionable is kind of an ambiguous term, but he did have some questions about the Holocaust and did have a lot of Charles Manson's material up back in the day. A lot of those videos are completely gone. But like iDubbbz, he pushes the envelope every time. Mr. Repsion, I don't know if it's possibly because of his past, saying he was going to kill himself when he was 25, I think, and some of his mental health issues. But from a mega corporate conglomerate standpoint, that's not really advertiser friendly. And with them pushing this new YouTube Red subscription-based thing, and then pushing YouTube TV, it's starting to look more and more, and I mean, we all kind of predicted this about 2 years before they started peddling this. It's looking like YouTube's planning to take over TV, and I don't think a lot of us content creators are what they want. And I said this back in April when I made a video about monetization issues, and every time Google puffs up its chest, Uh, but they're trying to get rid of us, and I'm just up here in what, the high 680s, so I'd get fucking taken off the map and nobody would notice. And they might work their way up very slowly until every last one of these people is purged from YouTube. I think it was a test purge. I don't think it was a glitch. It's just like the range of fucking YouTube accounts just seems so peculiar to me. They focus on these smaller in relation to iDubbbz accounts, and then they take down others. I think they were trying to take down corporate enemies, like people, they have their hand in Google's pockets and they don't like these accounts, or, maybe they're competing advertisers, and they say, well, let's do a test run. So I would say that the ones that did get taken down by the glitch and got reinstated could face the possibility of being wiped off of YouTube. I don't know if it's going to be a month, a week, a year, 3 years, 5 years from now. But I know that day is coming where we get purged off of YouTube. Just us as a ranting community, us as a smaller channels community. Because think of it, we're not corporate level people. We're not held by any contract. We just turn on webcams and shoot the shit, cuss like a sailor, and go at each other and have stupid little YouTube beefs that generate a lot of, venue for Google anyway. But at the same time, I think it'd be more noble and probably give the public a higher opinion of Google if they were to be like, you know what, fuck it. We want the edgier content. I know that's kind of a dirty word nowadays, or more of a meme nowadays. Or content that pushes the boundaries, or, stuff that might shock some viewers. But we don't care, we want that on there. So, I think that would be a lot more noble, but the way it looks like is they want, people bound by a contract, legally obligated to uphold this contract, because I think they're sick and tired of getting into squabbles with advertisers about these loose cannons, I guess you can say. Not really, that's probably a mean thing to say. I'd say more like independent creators, right? I mean, you see the same thing in the music industry. You have Chance the Rapper, who's been independent for years now, and then the record labels freak out every time he works with artists that he's friends with, which I guess is kind of on a similar level. Well, maybe it's not, but anyways, I'm just trying to say, like, since we're not held by any, platform, by a legally binding contract, and we're just kind of loose lips and do whatever the fuck we want to do, Google's got their crosshairs on us. So we need to watch our back, and I think we need to start calling out Google a bit more on its shit. Now, if this trend makes it up, it might be too late, but if we start monitoring Google ourselves a little bit more, that could possibly work its way up to like the higher level entertainers like Boogie2988, TJ Kirk. I know TJ would be the first to say something if he thought it was fishy. H3H3, iDubbbz, Max Mofo, like all these million subscriber accounts are in the millions, fucking, take to Google and say, this is shady and you need to stop. I mean, just imagine if PewDiePie was just like, yeah, Google's doing this. So, that'd be a shit show. That'd be an epic shit show, but a shit show nonetheless. A lot of people call me a conspiracy theorist, but I don't know, maybe some of the people I converse with maybe haven't been around the block as long on YouTube as I have. I've been on YouTube regularly since 2008, and that's almost on a daily basis. And I've seen them do some of this shit time and time again. No cussing in videos, no doing this in videos. Let's just slyly pull monetization from a large bulk of your videos and not even give you any notice. And just dirty, cheap things like that. And I'm starting to think that what I said before, that this was like a mini test YouTube purged, maybe to see the reaction time, maybe to see, what would happen. hell, maybe if no one said anything, or maybe, because there was a point, I think, like hundreds of thousands, maybe not hundreds of thousands, but I remember about tens of thousands of people, maybe like 20,000 people flipping shit. What if it was just 1,000? Maybe those accounts would still be down, you know. So it really makes me wonder what the fuck happened Thanksgiving night. That's my piece on it. Until next time.